So I don't know where this video is going to end up, like how many topics we're going to touch on, but so much of my interest lie in a lot of like this nerdy superhero fantasy sci-fi ass like TV shows and stories and stuff. And I just need for it to be reflected more in my channel. So I'm going to start to make videos like this more often, much more often, and just see how y'all respond to it. But yeah, let's just start talking. Let's get to it. Oh, I'm gonna see Spider-Man later on today, right? And so because of all that, honestly, after I edit this video, I'm gonna take my ass completely over there. I'm going to watch it, and I decided to get my ticket on Thursday because I said, you girls, y'all are not about to spoil this shit for me. You're not about to spoil it for me. At this point, I'm highly invested. I'm even invested in the actors' relationship. Zendaya's over here putting up cute pictures and shit on Instagram with Tom. It's just like, whatever spell they cast, you know what I mean? No pun intended, Doctor Strange. But whatever spell they cast to get everybody to care about their damn relationship, it has worked on me. I'm fully invested at this point. I want to be a bridesmaid at their wedding. And I said bridesmaid, and I meant it, because if you think I'm walking out there wearing them boring ass tuxedos, you got one thing, you got nothing coming. But anyway, because I'm in this nerdy ass mood, I'm just like, let me just make a video and get all my thoughts out about the latest episode of Hawkeye, and then we can touch on other shows depending on what the time frame is looking like and how much I've run my mouth, okay? So I've watched Hawkeye. Now a lot of y'all, I've been watching Hawkeye, I've been keeping up with Hawkeye. If you've been following my channel for any amount of time, you know that if you don't have superpowers as a superhero, you need to be, like I always say, because I literally refer to the Watchtower, like the Justice League Watchtower, anytime I have this conversation. But I'm just like, if you don't have powers, you need to stay your ass in the Watchtower. You need to stay your ass at mission control and tell me what I need to do with my superpowers, and stay your non-superpower having ass home, right? So, I don't know. And to be honest, I do not know a whole lot about like the comic side of stuff. I'm not going to ever act like I know a lot when it comes to that. But in general, superheroes with no powers is given very much, okay, you know? So that's how I feel about Hawkeye. But I ended up watching the show, and let me tell you something. It's no shade to anybody at all. We just talking, okay? But I don't know how Hawkeye ends up getting ate up on his own show. He's my least favorite character on that show. And I think that they're trying to like do this weird type of redemption thing for him. I'm just like, it's not working for me. Like, you're making this sad story about, oh my gosh, you know, he might not make it back home in time for Christmas. I'm like, oh, well, maybe he shouldn't have been slaughtering people. You know what I mean? Going on the whole serial Anyway, so this latest episode of Hawkeye snatched my wig off because of Yelena, and I knew that she was gonna be sickening. I knew she was gonna be sickening once I seen Black Widow, and her personality. Florence does such an amazing job acting her out, you know what I mean? But her personality, her dry humor, just fucking hilarious. Okay, so the episode before this latest one, when Yelena came and started dragging Kate and Clint. I said, okay, the reason why I was like, something kind of feels weird is because if Yelena wanted to pop your ass, you're gonna get popped. We already saw how they were damn near slaughtering each other. Yelena and her sister, Yelena and Black Widow were slaughtering each other in the beginning of Black Widow. Like, I was like, there's no way that if Yelena really wanted to kill y'all asses, that y'all wouldn't be dead. Like, both Kate and Clint. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. So that's the only thing. Like, Clint be having a lot of plot armor on his ass. And I'm just like, it's Yelena. What you mean? Like, bitch, you blink twice and you're dead with Yelena. So when Kate and Yelena sat down and had that conversation, that was hilarious. And obviously I knew she did not come there to kill her, because I'm like, she could have, as soon as you stepped in the door, and they obviously acknowledged that, as soon as you stepped in the door, she could have literally chopped your head off. Like, it's Yelena. You're gonna put some respect on her motherfucking name. It's just period. It's a blonde uppercut coming out of nowhere to beat your ass, bitch. It's Yelena, ho. Like, don't play with her, don't play with her. So when Kate and Yelena sat down and had that conversation, in my opinion, Kate was getting dragged. She was getting dragged, and like, Yelena was saying exactly the things that I was thinking, like, why does the word Avenger hold so much power with y'all to where y'all don't even want to acknowledge the things that this person did? How long have you known Clint to be sacrificing your damn life, or, you know, putting your life on the line for this motherfucker like that? He hasn't even told you all the tea. It's just, I felt everything that Yelena was saying, so I'm just wondering how they're going to, at this point, convince us that Clint is some hero, or, you know, that he's completely 100% redeemed. I don't care. Like, I know they tried to introduce his family to get me to care and to be like, oh my gosh, I really don't care. I don't care. I don't care. Like, I'm to the point where if this man passes away, he passes the mantle on to Kate, and she just picks it up where he left off and actually cleans that shit or scrubs it up a little bit. Put some Clorox bleach on that hose, put some Tilex on that bitch, and scrubs it off and makes it clean, and like I said, continues what he tried to do, then I would be okay with that. I am not invested. I'm not invested in Clint. I don't care about him. I care about Echo. Echo is a bad bitch. Oh my God. Echo is iconic. Even the mom is more interesting to me. I think it's so hilarious how this mom, Kate's mom, Eleanor, has her fiance just wrapped around her finger like, bitch. And he's so clueless. He's walking around here like, I haven't even worked a day in my life. I don't even know where this company came from. Oh my gosh, what's happening? I'm like, the enemy, you are literally sleeping with the enemy, sir. Like, the more they revealed of the story, the more they revealed about the mom, you know, working with Kingpin. She was the one who set all that shit in motion to hire a Black Widow in the first place, Black Widow assassin in the first place. You know, the more you look back and see, like, okay, of course Eleanor would want Kate to shut the hell up when she was asking questions about her fiance, and, you know, it's like, but she trying to hide shit. She trying to hide shit. And not only that, it's like, you're going to get in the way of all this evil, evil henchman shit I have going on. Like, Kate, you need to shut the hell up, Kate Bishop. But yeah, the season finale is coming up. Like I said, this was one of the first episodes where I was just like, oh wow, like my wig completely off. But of course, you had to watch everything leading up to it in order for it to, you know, even hit you like that. But at the same time, it's really because of Yelena. It's because of the woman on the show. It's because of the woman on the show. It's because of the woman on the show. Like, they are eating the main character up. I would be like, now, can we have a do-over? If I was Clint, I would be like, look, everybody stop the tapes. Everybody cut. I'd be like, cut. Everybody cut. Can we write this shit over? Because, bitch, they are outshining me. No, but Yelena, I want her to have her own show. I want her to be on a team. I don't care what team in Marvel she's on. I want her to have her own movies. I will watch everything that she's in. And like I said, I don't even like when people don't have powers. And she is just giving it to me. She's giving it to me. And it doesn't feel weird or forced, or, you know what I mean? Like, her humor, it's just cool as fuck. She's great. She's great. Florence is great. I want to see her in everything. I want to touch on Spider-Man real quick and some other shows. First of all, The Witcher is coming up. I don't know. It seemed like they're trying to team up with Fringilla ass. I don't know, girl. Siri's over here she about to go through training. I think she's gonna do well. Like I said, I do not keep up with the books, so do not spoil no shit for me. But Siri's training, Henry Cavill, I don't know. There's something about the way that he just moves, the way that he's built, just choke me. That's all I have to say. I will toss a coin to that Witcher, and I don't have plenty, no valley of plenty over here, but bitch, if he wants a coin or two, I know what to do, and he does too. Yennefer's gonna continue to be the bad bitch that she always is. Oh my God, after that season finale, with the flames shooting out like she was saying Dracarys, I'm gonna get on Game of Thrones a little bit later too. I'm gonna get my life. It's coming out on Friday. I don't know, I'm gonna stay up tonight so I can watch that shit. I don't know! I'm so excited for that. Oh, and by the way, like, I know that to say it, whatever the fuck, Yennefer's old teacher, I know that, like, they have no choice basically but to work together at this point, but Girl, the way that she got dragged, the way that Yennefer got dragged by her ass, like, bitch, you're gonna have to do more than this, Jade. Just a couple of, did she even say sorry? She just begged for fucking Yennefer's help, right? She just begged for, I don't know. I woun't forget no shit like that. Like, bitch, I already felt ugly and unwanted and fucked up. And yes, you were training me. Yes, I needed motivation, but bitch, she didn't have to do it like that. Her old teacher did not have to do it like that. And then when she called for her, like sending somebody to, you know, go get Yennefer, she gonna be like, oh, well, what'd she say? Yennefer was the best student I ever had or some shit. I'm like, bitch, it didn't seem like that when I was going through that shit. So like I said, I'm gonna see Spider-Man later on today, and a lot of the reviews are amazing, right? I'm not gonna spoil anything because I haven't seen the shit yet, first of all. And second of all, I'm gonna give y'all time before I actually start talking about the shit, right? So I don't know. It's saying Spider-Man No Way Home, so I'm just wondering, where is he going to be at the end of this movie? I'm also wondering, and I've been saying this the entire time that the promotional materials have come out for Spider-Man No Way Home. Doctor Strange, especially in the first trailer that they released, Doctor Strange, the way that he was winking at Peter Parker and just like, yeah, girl, we could do a spell. Why not? Let's just do the spell. And it's just, I don't know, because in the past he's been such a stickler and, you know, by the books, by the rules about shit, in my opinion. Even though he sometimes obviously he comes up with creative ways to solve problems, but it just, for Doctor Strange to be Sorcerer Supreme and protecting reality, and he knows the weight of his responsibility, and for him to just be like, yeah, whatever, I'll just do a huge spell that affects everybody on the fucking planet and just whatever. It's just, I don't know. I want to know what's going on with that. With the way that Marvel does their like trailers and stuff, you never know what to believe a lot of times. I cannot wait to see what they're gonna have when it comes to these damn cameos and shit. And like I said, I'm going to watch it today because y'all is not going to spoil this shit for me. I'm not going to be scrolling on the timeline and see some shit that you know what I mean? I said, let me get this shit out of the way. Obviously, and everyone knows this, the multiverse is gonna have a huge part to play. Shit's gonna be leaking in from these other fucking universes, and that's why, you know, you can justify, you can explain the cameos that are about to happen, and I don't know. I cannot wait to feel all the nostalgia. That's what I want to feel. I want high octane action. That's what I want. High octane action with a dose of nostalgia, sprinkling some magic. I think also that's another reason why I'm excited to watch Spider-Man No Way Home, because I just love magic. Love, you know, anytime, and if you got powers like Doctor Strange or Wanda or shit, Yennefer, and anybody like superpowers just like that, magic powers like that, I'm going to automatically stand. Zatanna, automatically a stand. And you don't have to even do much, and I'm gonna get my life. So yeah, and of course, since I am obsessed with Wanda, since I'm obsessed with the Scarlet Witch, I am very excited to know how this is going to affect Multiverse of Madness, like the Doctor Strange 2. When I say that, I cannot wait. And let me tell you something right now. There's no such thing as a Scarlet Witch being a villain. Let's say it all together. There's no such thing as the Scarlet Witch being a villain. Why? Why, you may ask? Because the Scarlet Witch can never do anything wrong. She never makes mistakes. She's an icon. She's very much that girl. Because what did Oprah say? She is the mother I never had. The sister that everybody would want. The friend that everybody deserves. I don't know a better person. And if you are mad that Wanda's powers may have erased yours or deleted one of your favorite girls, one of your favorite friends or something like that, step your pussy up. Step your powers up, girl. If you're mad that she took over a whole town and was controlling you telepathically with her magic, step your pussy up. I mean, and lastly, I guess we can talk about something being confirmed again that we kind of already knew, right? So this is coming from Slash Film. Paul Haas, I think is how you pronounce his name, George R.R. Martin's representative, had this to say about the author's thoughts on the Game of Thrones TV series. George loves Dan and Dave, but after season 5, he did start to worry about the path they were going down. Because George knows where the story goes. He started saying, "You're not following my template." The first 5 seasons stuck to George's roadmap, then they went off George's roadmap. So I'm happy that as we, you know, continue on mourning the loss of good writing when it comes to this Game of Thrones TV show, I'm happy that more and more people are speaking up. Even the actors are speaking up like, girl, I did think that shit was crazy too. I know, I can only imagine how many contracts and all type of shit is involved with, you know, how much people could say about the TV show or HBO and all that shit. But I'm glad that George said, hey girls, don't blame me for that bullshit. And we already knew. But he's like, don't blame me for that bullshit. I set the tone for what it needed to be. And these girls, Dan and Dave, did not want to give the girls what we deserve, bitch. When the show got ahead of the books, it's just like, okay, they didn't know what the hell they were doing. Like we just saw, he's saying, y'all are not following my plan to get, like, what the hell is going on? That shit was fucking it's just disrespectful. It's just disrespectful. And I cannot imagine, you know, writing some shit like that, working so long for many years on a story like that, and having access to the people who are, you know, adapting your show for TV, and they looking in your face like you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Like, bitch, that would piss me off. I don't know how he remains so quiet. I mean, when it's millions involved, people can shut the fuck up, right? But I don't know. I would have had to tweet and delete or something. I would have had to tweet and delete. Because what are you doing? I can't imagine, you know, getting my food ready, sit down and watch my TV show that, you know, I wrote the books for, and these bitches done fucked it up. I would be so pissed. Anyway, like I said, House of the Dragon is going to be more iconic. It's going to be everything. I have complete faith in the showrunners based off of the fact that George R. R. Martin's involved, the fact that the other showrunners obsessed with the books, the fact that the story's already written. I'm going to keep saying it, bitch. I think that we'll be okay. But I'm never, ever, ever gonna stop giving Dan and Dave their lashings. Thank y'all so much for watching. Tell me if you enjoyed this video. I'm definitely gonna start trying to put out this kind of content more often, just because these are the topics that I really get excited about. So yeah, just making sure my channel really reflects my interest for real. But yeah, check me out on Patreon at patreon.com/AdrianExpression. I love you so much, and make sure that you have a good goddamn evening.
Don't play with me. Don't play with me. Don't play with me. Trap. Don't play with me.